Hi everyone, I'm Jackie. Welcome to my channel, Cherished Memories Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how I crocheted my latest granny square. I call it Groovin Granny, and I just got finished with my blanket. I will put a link in the description box of how I join my granny squares. This is the first time I ever did this one, and it's like a zigzag. I really like that. And I'll also put a link to how I did my border. And I also did a short video on my blanket. I'll put a link to that in the description box also. I used a 5mm hook and size 4 weight and yarn. The colors I used was white, bright yellow, turquoise, pretty in pink, orchard, and spring green. And we will get started. We're going to make a slip knot, and we're going to chain 6. Now we're going to slip stitch into that very first chain, just like that. Now we're going to chain 2. That acts as our first half double crochet, and we need a total of 24. So now there's 2. And so go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you when you have your 24, and that chain 2 is included in the 24, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, I've got my 24 half double crochets, and now we are going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 2. You're going to chain 1, tighten your yarn, now we fasten off, and that's what it should look like so far. So now we're going to get our next color. And insert your hook in any stitch, it doesn't matter. And we're going to tie on. Just like that. Now we're going to insert our hook again, pull up a loop, and we're going to chain 13. And now we're going to slip stitch right back into that same stitch, just like that. So now you should have a loop of 13 chains. Now we're going to slip stitch into the next 3 stitches. 2 and 3. Now we're going to do another loop of 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to slip stitch right back into that same stitch. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next 3, and we're going to do another loop of 13 chains and continue that. And when you get to the end, you should have 8 loops of 13 chains, and I'll see you there. Okay, I've got 8 loops of 13 chains. And I've still got 3 more stitches to slip stitch. There's 1. And then our third one will bring us right underneath where we started our first loop of 13 chains. So now we're right underneath that. And in the first chain, we're going to do a single crochet. This next 2, we're going to put a half double crochet in each one of those. The next 3 chains, we're going to do 1 double crochet in each. And in the next one, we're going to do 2 triple double crochets in the same stitch. And for those that don't know how to do that, yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, through the second 2, yarn over, go through the last 2. And we're going to need one more in the same stitch, yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, and the last 2. Now in the next 3, we're going to do a double crochet in each one. And 3. And in the next 2 stitches, we're going to do 1 half double crochet in each. And in our last chain, our 13th chain, we're just going to do another single crochet, just like that. Now we're going to slip stitch right underneath where we had slip stitched in the previous row. Just go right underneath those. So 1, 2, and our third one will take us right underneath our second loop of 13 chains. And go ahead and repeat what you did in the first one, and I will meet you at the end when you've completed your 8th loop of 13 chains. Okay, I've completed all 8 of my loops. I've got 2 more stitches. We're going to slip stitch to the very first loop we did. So you're going to finish where we started. Now we're going to chain 1, pull your yarn and cut off. I've already cut off. Pull your yarn through. And this is what it should look like so far. You should have 18 loops. I mean 8, I'm sorry. It's early. Okay, so now we're going to get our white yarn. And we are going to tie on, doesn't matter where, just make sure you go between the 2 triple double crochets. And we're going to tie on there. Now we're going to insert our hook, bring up a loop, and we're going to chain 7. And we're going to jump over to our next loop, and we're going to slip stitch right between those 2 triple double crochets, just like that. And now we're going to chain 5 more, and we're going to slip stitch into the next loop right between those 2 triple double crochets, and continue that till the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I've just crocheted my last 7 chains, and we're going to go over here to where we started and slip stitch. And this is what it should look like so far. It's still curled up a little bit. That's okay. It will straighten out. So you should have 7 chains between each petal. Okay, so now we're going to chain 4. And that acts as our first triple double crochet. Now we're going to put in 1 more in that same stitch. Now we're going to chain 2. And we're going to put 2 more triple double crochets in the same stitch. So that's what it should look like. And now where we chained our 7 chains, we're going to put 5 double crochets there. We're not going to go into the loops. We're going to go underneath them like that. And 5, And it should look like this, and you spread them out. I spread them out when I get done with the row. It might look to you like there's not enough double crochets, but I tried doing more and it just kind of curved it up. It just didn't look as good, but it will look more fuller when we do the next row. Okay, on top of the next petal, we're going to do just one double crochet. And now we're back to a chain 7 here. We're going to do 5 double crochets. And 5. And now we're ready for our next corner, which is 2 triple double crochets, a chain 2, and 2 more triple double crochets. Then you're going to do your chain 5 on top of that chain 7, and just continue that until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. Now we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 4, just like that. And this is where I usually take my hook out and I straighten everything up. And it's still going to be a little bit where it curves up a little bit. That's fine. And you can just use your finger and fix all the petals. This row will take care of that and straighten it out more. So now we're going to slip stitch to the corner. And we're going to chain 2. That acts as our first half double crochet. We're going to do 2 more. So we'll have 3 total. Now we're going to just chain 1, not 2 this time, but just 1. And in that same stitch, we're going to do 3 more half doubles. Should look like that. Now we're going to do a half double crochet in each stitch across to the next corner. And when you get to the next corner, you're going to do your 3 half double crochets, chain 1, and 3 more half double crochets. And then half double crochet on top of each one until you get to your corner, and do the same 3 half double crochets, chain 1, 3 more half double crochets. And just continue that to the end, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. I've still got 2 stitches to do. And don't forget that last one there. It's easy to overlook. That would be right on top of your second triple double crochet in the corner. And now we're going to slip stitch on top of that chain 2. Going to chain 1, pull your yarn, fasten off, and we are done. And this is what it should look like. And I hope you enjoyed my video. And if you did, please subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.